Hey guys, I've got this 944 here, and unfortunately it needs a new clutch, so I'm going to be showing you how to fit this $50 Bronco II clutch into your 944. So alright guys, I've got my disc here. Now what I'm going to be doing is removing these rivets around the outside edge with my drill. To make sure you're using the correct size bit, take an empty hole and make sure that your drill bit fits cleanly through. Alright guys, now I have holes in all my rivets. While a drill press would make this easier, it's not really required. Now I'm going to go back behind this with a larger drill bit, and this should drill the heads right off. Once you have all the rivet heads drilled out, you can now take your disc apart. So alright guys, now that we have this apart, we need to add some spacers so these springs don't hit the flywheel bolts. I'll be using these 5/16 nuts as the spacers. They should all weigh the same so we won't have any balancing issues. I got a bag here of 25 for about $2.50 at Lowe's. And then I will be using the press to push these rivets on, and these rivets cost me about $10 at Tractor Supply a few years ago. So here's a look at the rivets and the spacers. You can see that the hole in the nut is a little bit bigger than the rivet is, which is fine because once these are pressed in nice and tight, it's not going to move around anyway. As you can see, these rivets are a very snug fit. I'm putting them in from the flywheel side. So I'm going to go ahead and push them all the way in, and that way we can put the spacers on them. So alright guys, I've got all my rivets and my spacers on. Now you want to put these on at the same time because once you start pressing, they can end up getting a little bit off and you'll never get the next rivet in. So you can't do them individually, and you can't do a crisscross pattern because you can end up in big trouble. Before you start pressing, now would be the time to double check that you have your spacers on the flywheel side. So alright guys, here I am pressing the rivets in, and you can see they're a little bit under that lip, so it makes a clean install nearly impossible, but you know, they don't look too bad for a home job, I guess. And you can see they get fatter at their base as you press down on them, so they're in there really tight. And I've just got these pressed just enough so they don't fall out until I can get them looking like this. Now, as for spacers, this is the thickness of my spacer that I'm using, and it works great. If you do decide to go with a taller spacer, you may want to put rivets in between where I didn't, but as for these, they work fine, and this will be more than strong enough. So alright guys, I've got all the rivets in, and this clutch is ready to go in. If you're looking to buy one of these, it is an AutoZone D1041 Dynapack clutch disc for a Ford Bronco II. I paid $51.23 with tax, and I also picked up a clutch alignment tool. So in all for this project, I spent somewhere around $65. So I want to point out that it was actually another guy on the 924 board who came up with the idea of using a Ford Bronco II clutch disc, and this is just my take on the design. If you would like to purchase one of these, I would be willing to make you one, and be about $150 shipping to your door, and that includes the clutch alignment tool. So that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I want to thank all my new subscribers, and we'll see you next time.